James Kaufman, World News Report today. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a look at several notable earthquakes we're having. Now, we haven't really hit any type of geomagnetic storm. We are expecting one either later this evening into tomorrow, and then the following day on the 2nd of January. We should see an uptick after those geomagnetic storms charge our plates even more so. We're still having a swarm off the coast of Japan here. The biggest that hit today was a 6.0 magnitude earthquake, and that's at 19.3 kilometers of depth. It only came in as a 4 on the DYF and a 4 on the shake map, and this is probably because it's offshore. We'll zoom in and take a look. Before we do that, we're going to discuss this 4.9 over here in Susanville, California. It's going to be really close to the Clear Lake volcanic range, within the range itself, really close to Mount Lassen. And I think we might have some magma movement in that area, as there's no predominant faults that run through there. Well, 4.9 is what the USGS gave this earthquake. Let me just say that it came in as a 7 on the DYFI, a 7 on the shake map, and it's only at 5.3 kilometers of depth. So I will zoom in and show you that one as well. We'll start here by taking this off, and you can see we've had several aftershocks here. We will zoom in. Almost all of them are offshore here. We've had a 4.4, a 4.8, 4.9. We've had a lot more than this, but the USGS only covers 4.0s or higher if they're not in the United States. I will show you this area on another map, though. Now, everyone knows there are volcanic ranges that come in every direction and all meet right here in Japan. And we also have the Pacific plate here, the Euro-Asia plate here, the Indonesian plate here, and the North American plate here, all meeting right here with some gaps in the plate tectonics around Tokyo and Yokohama, Japan. A really, really dangerous area. There's more pressure on these 4 plates than any other place on the globe. Take a look at this in just a second. Let's zoom over real quickly and take a look at what we have here. This is going to be Eagle Lake, and it's going to be the Eagle Lake volcanic range. I'll show you that these are all volcanoes that you can see here. There's several of them, and this is also a volcano. We have a swarm going on, the 4.9 being the largest, but you can see that there's a lot going on here. This is called the Eagle Lake volcanic range, and it's very, very close to Mount Lassen, one of the sisters, one of the big volcanoes there in California. If you want to know what these little dots are here, this is how they cut trees without clear cutting the land. And again, if you zoom in, you can actually see that these are all volcanoes here. And this is a volcanic range, and this is the actual caldera here. There's usually a lake, as we know. This really bothers me, coming in at a 7 on the DYFI, a 7 on the shake map, and only 5.3 kilometers of depth. There's magma movement under that for sure. You can see another Lassen here, also a volcano. Big problems here in California. Now, 2 quick honorable mentions. There's a 2.6 there in the Yellowstone caldera in the northwest corner. And then here on the New Madrid, we have a small 1.8 at 3 kilometers of depth. It is on the New Madrid proper, so I thought I would call it out. Taking a look at all the activity, it is a mess out there. It truly is a mess. We can see that around Indonesia, we've got nothing but magma movement here. We're not doing too bad down here on Zealandia, the 8th continent rising here. We're doing real bad here where the 4 plates come together, the North American, the Euro-Asia, the Indonesian, and Pacific plate. Japan is somewhere under here. They keep building, well, new nuclear facilities, and they're reopening Fukushima, and they've never fixed the problem at Fukushima. I don't know what these people are thinking. We're going to take a look at this 6.0. You can see how many quakes are swarming here. It's hard to even grab it. Before we get off this page, I want to also point out this area around Italy. Let's see if I can zoom in just a bit there. Around Italy and Greece. This is the Aegean Sea that we always talk about. And as you can see, just as I called, we've got a ton of earthquake activity in the Aegean Sea. And that's all because, well, this plate actually just about finished creating itself. And all pressures ended up in the Aegean Sea. I'm ready for the biblical earthquake to come from this area here and send a tidal wave over to destroy Israel and Israel's enemies that have surrounded it, i.e. the Bible. We're going to keep our eyes on all of these volcanoes that are awakening. Senatori, we've got Campi, well, we have several. Torino, we've got Milo, and fully erupting Etna. Now we have a bunch of other volcanoes in this area. They're just not quite awakening yet. And I say yet because I expect this to uptick as we have our planetary conjunction in or around the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th of January. Let's take a look at that 6.0 if we can grab it. Yeah, I think we did get it. It looks like the USGS is going to be the primary source on that. I did see that the Japanese government was also chiming in. The USGS came in at 6.0, 19 kilometers of depth. A lot of movement right there. And there are nuclear power facilities on both sides of Japan. It's completely filled with new and older nuclear power facilities. What a terrible place to build nuclear power facilities. You're on a bunch of plate boundaries and you're on a bunch of volcanic ranges. The French came in at a 5.6, default depth 10 kilometers, Raspberry Shake of 5.8. We'll get some detailed information now. All right. Well, a 6.0 magnitude earthquake, January 1st, 2026. It says that this is likely an aftershock of the 7.6 quake right in the same spot that happened on December 8th, unbelievably, 3 weeks ago. So that's what they're saying here, folks. It looks like they're saying this happened about an hour and 37 minutes ago. A strong quake, or very strong in their words. Grabbing some earthquake details, it's 6.0 USGS main reporting agency. Right here, only 10 reports came in offshore, like we talked about, and only 0.9 atomic bombs of energy were released. No tsunami warning whatsoever, even though they said very strong. Well, I'll have to disagree this one time. All right, taking a look at the shake map here, very few reports here. All with light shaking reported. Again, it was, well, some distance offshore, really. And at only a 6.0, I say only a 6.0, and at 19 kilometers of depth, they only had, it looks like, 10 shake reports total Wow. So, big difference between a 7.6 and a 6.0. Big difference. See what else they have. All right, quickly comparing earthquake data from different reporting agencies. USGS, a 6.0, 19 kilometers of depth. Germany, a 6.0, 21 kilometers of depth. Right about the same calls. The French came in at a 5.61 default depth. Raspberry Shake, a 5.8 at 53 kilometers. Australia came in at a 5.9 at 45 kilometers. The Europeans came in at a 6.0 at 21 kilometers. I think that's about what the Germans had that. And the Incorporated Research Institute for Seismology, a 6.0, 19 kilometers. The Indonesians came in at a 5.8, 73 kilometers of depth. The Italians came in at a 6.1, 18 kilometers of depth. I guess the Japanese did not come in on that quake. They did come in on the 4.0 aftershock, but not this one. So, in summary, guys, the quake of the day over there, part of the, North American plate, believe it or not, goes all the way down to here. And there are some smaller plates that we can name in here, but basically this is the North American plate. And it happened right off the coast of Japan at 6.0. And we also talked about this 4.9 over here in a volcanic area or volcanic park in California. It's like we have some magma movement in that area, which is fairly scary. And we had a very small quake over on the New Madrid. With that said, God bless, folks. Please share. Please subscribe. Always remember, anything's possible. Bizarro world.